Great. Well, welcome everybody to our Crypto Mondays Chapter Champions monthly huddle, November the 4th, 2025. So, welcome to all of you. It's our second meetup and excited to be sharing and hearing from you on developments throughout our pan global network. And I think I'm going to hand over to Lou. Just before we go to that, here's the agenda for the day. Oops. We're going to start with Lou's going to give us some introduction and talk about a few of the new developments there. And then Josh, if he's here, he's going to talk about global sponsorships. And Eliza is going to talk about giving your Crypto Mondays a personality. And then the India team will give us an update on their university rollout. And Alan will give us all things back end, which is Agent Mondi infrastructure and websites and streaming. And then a learn update from Wayne. He's still in an airplane, so he's going to come a little bit later in the program here. And then I'll do a little bit on socials, PR, the merch, and various other things. And then we'd like to hear from the different chapters on what's happening out there. So yeah, over to you, Lou. You want to do you want to share your?
Yes, I will share my screen. Let me see.
So there's Wayne. He says he's on his way. Landing.
All right. So thanks for putting this together, Robin. So real quick, other than let's just see which of the chapter organizers are on the call. So just if you're here, unmute yourself and just give your name and chapter, so we can see who's here.
Okay.
Pramit, Bhuvaneshwar, and Bangkok, both of them, I guess.
From Crypto Mondays, from what chapter?
Bhuvaneshwar and Bangkok.
Terrific.
Paul is here from Crypto Mondays Charleston.
Good to see it. So some good questions yesterday.
Alberto from Las Vegas.
Hey, Alberto.
Hey, what's up, Lou?
Rich Chungong from Crypto Mondays, Kansas City.
Rich.
Hey, Greg Kaufman from Crypto Mondays, Atlanta.
Chapter I still have to visit. Hey, Greg.
Hey, it's Ian Mitchell here from Crypto Mondays Ireland.
Awesome. Hello, who is that from Ireland?
It's Ian Mitchell. You'll have to excuse the background noise. I'm just on the commute here.
Okay. Hey, Ian. Thanks for joining us. You're good. Right, there's a Dublin chapter and a Belfast chapter.
That's right. Yeah, we've had a couple of events in Dublin, and we recently had one in Belfast. Great success.
And do you help with both of them or just one of them?
I help with both. I'm actually living in Belfast, but I've helped out with both. Yeah, with Pete Townsend.
Yeah, who just had I guess transition. Well, cool. Well, welcome. Who else? Anybody else?
Hey, here's Luis from Crypto Mondays Zurich.
Hey, Luis. I'm gonna be back for before or after Davos. We should catch up on which is better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel Holbrook here from Salt Lake City.
Hey, Daniel. Jonathan. Just looking who's here. Unless that's a note taker. Anybody else? Once, twice.
Lou, this is Charles Fruin from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Hey, Charles. Were you on the AI call yesterday?
I was. It was fascinating.
Yeah.
Absolutely fascinating. Thank you.
It was a good one. Evangelos is pretty fucking smart guy.
Yeah.
So cool. So,
Jonathan Dunsmore, he says that he's in the library. So welcome, Jonathan.
okay.
Spartanburg.
Welcome, Jonathan. So real quick, Crypto Mondays, where are we? Really should get these on the website. These should be the numbers that we all use. We're at 58 active chapters. You can go on the Crypto Mondays main page and the chapters, and there's a list of every chapter that's ever been. Inactive ones or pop-ups, and there are today 58 active, and we say the chapter is active if they've held a meetup in the past year. 150,000 members across all of the members, and that's a number we get up to, just on Meetup. We're at a little more than 100,000, and we're growing Luma much faster. Just in New York, we're at like 20,000 Luma members. And we're across 18 countries. So that's kind of where we are today. The other kind of major initiatives we're working on is a community management AI agent, or Monday, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But we started the Decentralized AI Agent Alliance to kind of support the Monday, and we're now at more than 160 founding members. And I think that the AI agents are having a comeback. Excited about Dia and the work that we're doing there. And then the other initiatives we've really been working on is what we're now calling Stack Faster, which is kind of BTC and gold digital asset treasuries. We are in discussion with someone who could be a great partner on the gold debt side. So we'll keep folks abreast of that. And then where we are and where we're going. Real quick, we're going to try and put some efforts into ramping up sponsorships. We're really kind of at scale. The brand, I feel has never been stronger, and so Robin will talk about that. I've been working at some affiliate agreements. We can see that this is kind of a no-lose real situation for people. We can help them, see if we can be helpful in selling, them selling. So like a crypto credit card, I think is great. I just started using something called Cast, and it works quite well. So now every time I use a credit card, I'm earning BTC, and I think we'd be helping anybody in our community, if they started using that card, and we can make a small fee from that. And so we have an affiliate. We're signed up as a normal affiliate with them. I'm trying to see if we can cut a better deal than that. And there are also others. So if anybody has a relationship there, knows anybody there, feel free to pass that along. With BTC Insurance, we have an agreement with a company called Meanwhile, and we actually did a webinar for them, and I think we've successfully sold at least one BTC insurance policy as a result of that, and there are multiple discussions going on. So BTC Loans signed up as an affiliate for something called Lava. It's really simple. You go there, you can put your BTC, and lock it up, get a loan for up to half the value, and then send yourself stable coins. And so we can agree with them. And so these are just starting off. Web3 marketing company called Addressable, and I think that's another opportunity. So we're out here working hard. The brand's growing, and that's thanks everybody for showing up. And who's up next?
Alan, if you're available to go now, let's do you, and then Pramit, if you can give us an update after Alan on the India rollout of the universities, that would be fabulous. Thank you.
Did you want me to go next? Did you say me next, or was I after someone?
I said Alan, but it'd be great for you to go now, Pramit. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, go, Pramit, let's go ahead.
No, I mean, Alan, go ahead. I'm after you. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Do you still have the share going?
No, I didn't keep it there.
Okay. Just one second then.
You got it now?
Yeah, I'm working on it. There we
Yeah,
go.
got it for you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if you want to, okay, so on Monday, what we're working on here on Monday is an application that includes a bunch of agents kind of for community development and to allow community members to be able to get to information that we've had within the Crypto Mondays ecosystem. So we're working on all the past daily calls. We used to have calls, if some of you are new, you may not have known that we had presentations 2 to 3 times a week for a couple years. We have a lot of information that we're going through and extracting transcripts from and figuring out how to build relationships between all the discussions that and topics that took place within there. We're using KBI for the semantic relationships. Going to try to make this available to the AI agent or Monday within the Monday app, so that would be searchable. It could build relationships between those things. And also came across another product recently, this past weekend actually, that does a similar type of thing and shows sentiment from X spaces, but they also have a product that you can feed it all of your audio files and it'll pull the information and show sentiment among those. So we're playing with that to figure out if we could use it within this Monday agent also. I'm also working on the back end to manage and collect all the data that flows through Crypto Mondays, and it's just disparate. So we have to bring it into one place so that it can be available to some sort of application. Next slide. On the website, we used to have a map with all the cities. It got to be too many, so we replaced it with the city links. There's just a big list there of all the chapters now. And if you haven't sent a Luma calendar link to us, please do, and we'll pop it on there so that people can get direct access to your Luma for your chapter itself. And on the website, we're also adding more events and news. Robin's
Just real
trying
quick, Alan, just with
Yep.
regards to that. So, in order for, you to be able to send a usable static link, you need to create kind of a global page for the meetup. So like there is a Crypto Monday global page where we try and update with all the different chapters, but like London has a global page. So that people can subscribe to the global page and then, automatically know when you're doing your next one.
Okay. And then we're also adding more events and news. So we have another place on the website to be able to, be searchable for SEO and events that are happening. Next one, Robin. For the chapter tools, we're just exploring a lot of different items. Simple things like a list of current events or hot topics that could be used in discussions for chapter meetups. We're also looking at decentralized streaming platform. We're going to try to work with this to be able to see if if it makes sense to stream certain portions of chapter meetups. So if you're having a Crypto Mondays going on, you have a fireside chat or something like that. Do you have anybody who would like to be, participating but can't make it physically? We'd also like to capture this information because a lot of good discussions happen in individual chapter events. What I'd like to do, I mean, if you have some interest, throw a little message into the chat here, and just as a informal poll, so we can get an idea of if this is something that you thought about, if it's something that would be of interest to you, if you might want to participate in a pilot of that. And our last thing we're working on is some sort of mechanism to be able to just redistribute sponsor and have a centralized place that we can manage these things, put that back out to the chapters, and be able to actually manage a process that would be beneficial to all. Because there are a lot of times that we talk to companies that want to be able to get in front of different audiences in different cities, but we have no way to actually manage that type of thing yet. So we're working on that. So still building different tools. If you have ideas for different tools that would be beneficial for your chapter, or you think other chapters or between chapters, please let us know. That's it.
Thank you, Alan. That's awesome. So, Pramit, you want to jump on and give us an idea of how that university rollout worked? We thought it was quite a nice, unique concept that they had going there
Yes.
in India, and it's been, yeah, it's actually, it wasn't only yourself that did. I think Sashin also had one. So always busy
Yeah.
with them at the moment. So it'd be very interesting to hear from you on how that works and if it's applicable to other chapters.
Yes, it is. But from what okay, so I'll start from the beginning. So hello everyone. I've not had a chance to like meet everyone, the rest of the chapter founders over here. Unfortunately, the last time, the first call that we had, I did RSVP for it, but one thing led to the other, and I just couldn't make it. But I'm glad I'm here. It's nice to meet all of y'all and see all of y'all. I wish I could turn on my camera, but there's just a lot of people around me right now. So yes. But okay, to give you an update first on the Bangkok chapter, we did 3 Crypto Mondays there. They went well. But then the problem was the minimum guarantee that we had maintained at the venue that I discussed with you, like, with Robin prior. That was something we could not guarantee and maintain. As a result of which, I have handed over the guest list that we've had so far, everyone that RSVP'd to the event thus far on our Luma. It's currently being managed by another group there called Satoshi Square. And the plan is when I'm getting back there next month, first week, we're going to make it like Crypto Monday Satoshi Square. So that's the plan, because they are having regular meetups and they've been doing it since 2014. So they're the oldest in Bangkok.
Very
So
nice.
that is the Bangkok update. In Bhubaneswar, we're having it every
That sounds
Monday.
great. Do they have chapters in other cities or just Bangkok?
No, it's just Bangkok. It's just Sean. He's been in Bangkok for like almost 20 years. And yeah, he founded this in 2014 and it's grown quite a bit. Average meetup is about 15 to 20 people, but they're actually engaging. And if they throw an event, it's much bigger.
Terrific.
The regular meetups that they have on a weekly basis pull in 15 to 20 people. Events are much bigger.
Great.
Yes. And with
Yeah,
regards
carry
to
on. Your
sorry?
was it you that did the university collaboration?
No, Sachin did the university collaboration. However, we were exploring it over here as well. There was just everything is so the problem we're going to have in India is that from what I've seen, it's easy to get into a university campus and to get kids interested. What's really difficult is to maintain that momentum and to get kids to keep coming back, right? Because I mean, for them, it's like, do I want to spend my Monday evenings after I'm done with, college? Do I want to go play cricket, or do I actually want to go and sit in a room with a bunch of other people and then discuss the future of, blockchain? So that is a bit of a challenge. So right now we have, like in my city, I reached out to 3 universities. One has been fairly positive. The kids are interested, so they've been coming to Crypto Mondays that we have over here every Monday. But they're yet to host one on their campus, primarily because if they do, it's just going to be 3 kids that will actually end up coming. But there is another campus that is really strong, but AVAX has completely dominated them. That's the only, like in East India, that's one campus that is blockchain friendly, and AVAX has completely dominated that. Like they're funding them, they're sponsoring internships, they're doing everything.
Great.
So
Thank you. I
we
see Sashin's actually joined the call, so maybe Sashin, you can fill in some blanks there. If you can.
Hey
Yeah.
there, guys. It's an honor that I have this opportunity to speak to every one of you here. Sorry for joining in late. I had this bad flu, so I'm just like recovering from it. So that's the reason I couldn't just came in late. So coming back to the university thing, so I have tied up with a couple of universities in the south side, and we did a couple of events with these guys in the past. So what I have seen is as Premit mentioned here, getting the consistency for these students was a challenging thing, but I don't think so. That's the main key focus area there. It's the there is like a huge knowledge gap. This is what we have identified from the events that we did, and as well as the data that we have with the surveys and all that. There is a huge knowledge gap in terms of like blockchain. So people are really confused in like which angle they should deal with this. So if it's like more into like development, or let's say they are into like building projects or something like that, so which ecosystem would be very valid for them? How do I get grants, and what kind of like programming language should I get into? So these are the like basic benchmarks that these people are a little bit confused at. So what we did was like we started a kind of like a workshop kind of thing, so they know what's going on in the space, so they can just navigate freely instead of just be pushing in into a different ecosystem. So that would just give them a creative edge to just build and even to navigate a network with the other people as well. So this is what been going on recently, and we've been trying to bootstrap something so that there is like some kind of like stickiness, so these people would come back to the events that we are going to host in the future as well. And coming back, it would be, as I said, there is like a huge opportunity there, but we need to play our cards right, because as Premit mentioned earlier, getting people that is consistency, and then they just share this vision to just come and build is a little bit challenging. So we are just working around that as well as we speak.
Thank you, Sashin. That's great. But you got quite a lot of people to a previous one who was.
Yeah. So we had like almost like 600 people joining in for our event. So we did two events in the same campus, like different stalls. One was like a panel thing that we did, and the other one what we did was like more of like an experiment, because we wanted to know how many people outside the network would be active for something of like a crypto event or Web3 in general. So it was more like an experiment, like a fun and games. You have this photo booth where people can just come in. So if they just do a couple of tasks, so they get something meaningful. So it the thing about that is that the irony is we had like more people join in on the first stall rather than the panel, because they wanted some kind of like fun element rather than something they wanted to learn. So then what we thought was like, how do you use this data of people that came in and then just give them meaningful? So then we started to send out some kind of like newsletter to people just to put them on loop, so we really know who are interested and who's not. And then we started to just use that as like a data point, and then figure out what kind of thing is most interesting for these people, rather than just we just like iterating an event and then just putting them on a plate and then giving to them. So I think so this is a little bit of like a feedback loop. So the mechanism is just playing on behind, and then we just get all this data to just do better events coming forth.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fantastic. India's been a super high growth area, so it's obviously to maintain that engagement has been challenging, and I guess that's the opportunity for you. But you got the
Yeah.
database now, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, and the other part to this, other angle to this is that you have events from all these ecosystem, right? Like let's be honest, Crypto Mondays is doing events, Aptos is doing events, Eat Global is doing events, everyone is doing events, and most of these guys want builders to join in, so they can have something meaningful done in these ecosystems that we speak of. But getting the devs itself is like a hard task, because I've been in talks with like devrels from like different like ecosystems. So the more that they want is that people who can actually build inside. So I think the unis are a great place to start, because you have these people who have this hunger to just build something. But to channel this energy into something, let's say Web3 and AI also has been moving very fast. So this is where I am at right now, because the intersection is a little bit challenging, because one side it's people are interested in AI and going in the AI track, whereas in crypto generally the speculative market has been just crashing on one side. So the guarantee there itself is kind of like yeah, a little bit confusing. So yeah.
Thank you, Session. That's great. Yeah, awesome. I'm going to cut you short now because I'm going to move on. We've
No
got some
worries,
more
no
people
worries, no
here.
worries. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic. A great update. So, Wayne, do you want to welcome? Thank you for landing your plane early so that you could come and join us here. So Wayne, introducing Wayne, he was here last month. Wayne and his team at LearnVault are championing the learn vertical. You know, we learn, earn, and connect. And so he's very kindly, him and his 5 merry ladies and men are leading the charge from a learn perspective. So it'd be lovely to hear an update from you.
Yeah, thanks so much. So yeah, a little bit about LearnVault, in case you missed last month's call. It's a group, there's 5 of us. We've been working for years creating educational content for different companies, different projects, and recently we created a course called Get Off Zero. And we're in a separate vertical, we're selling that, and we are going to make that access free for Crypto Mondays. We are creating a Crypto Mondays portal for Learn. We're also looking to collaborate with everybody. So keep an eye out. What we're going to do, we have a survey that's going to be going out to everybody. As soon as it gets finalized, probably later today, we'll send out a survey to all the chapter leads just to see what do you feel those needs are, because this is a very flexible program. We've been working with Robin and Alan and team to set this up and make a course specifically for Crypto Mondays, and it's going to grow as we add to it. We're going to incorporate in the future. We're going to incorporate webinars. We're looking to gamify some things, and really just anything, everything. So also hot topics that was mentioned earlier on different meetups. We're in the process of just brainstorming, downloading different topics that could be like a 5 or 10 minute educational chat at your meetups, to where you could be talking about cold storage wallet or overall security practices, or just the differences in wallets, difference between an exchange wallet and a cold storage or hot wallet, right? So there's a lot of different topics that we could throw in there too. Also, not sure if she's on the call, but Robin, thanks for connecting me to Mary. I owe her a message back. I was driving yesterday and flying today, so I did connect with her, and we're going to be talking how she wants to collaborate with us as well. And then you also connected us to Bid Degree. One of my main roles at FIO as the head of growth, and we have a partnership with Bid Degree for FIO. So I'm also going to connect with the Bid Degree team. This is not this is our program, we're going to run it. We're looking to collaborate with anybody and everybody that wants to participate. So if you got ideas or you want to participate, definitely feel free to reach out to me.
That's
I
a
do
super
notice.
cool philosophy. That's awesome. Yeah, to be inclusive. I think we all need to have that kind of mindset. You know, I've had a couple of conflicts where you've got the same, you know, people operating Crypto Mondays out of the same city and whatever. And really, it's just so important that it's complementary. You know, it's not a competition, it's complementary. So thank you for championing that with us. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, that's the spirit of what we do. I mean, even in the roles I have, both at FIO and another company that I help run, we don't look at partners as, I mean, we don't look at some companies as competition, even though the market would consider them competition. It's all about how we can collaborate. There's so much room to spread knowledge, to spread adoption, to get more people in, right? We have to collaborate in this. And so there's 5 members on our team. 3 of them weren't available for this call time, but I do have Elmer on. I noticed Elmer's on the call. Elmer does a lot of our Spanish content as well. So of course now with AI, there's other languages we can do as well too if there's a need. But definitely have Elmer. Elmer, anything I missed or anything you want to chime in to say?
No, everything's pretty good. You covered everything that we got coming on for everyone. It's going to be really good stuff. So if anybody wants to chime in and help us out here, we are open to ideas, because this is going to get really good as we start to develop it more. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And so next to Eliza, I see Eliza was here somewhere. Is she dropped off? Looks like she's dropped off now. So I'll go next. If anybody is in contact with her, can you remind her to come back and do her talk? Maybe she's got some issues there. And let me share here. I'm going to keep it quite brief because I would like to hear from everybody else who's on the call as well. I see there's some pretty awesome Crypto Mondays people on the call. So just things that on the front end we've been busy with, social media. So we've been ramping up and amplifying social media. I've been very blessed to have a young lady called Crystal. She's an intern with a university, NYU, I think it's called. And so she's been helping me with that, which has been great. So I hope you've noticed a little bit more noise, but if you can always make it easy for us, if there's something, just stick it in the Telegram group, email it to us so that we can amplify it. And yeah, so then on the PR, we did the deal with Sandra very kindly and Michael Schuler of Blockchain Wire. They did such a good job. They presented last month, and we've been having fun with our press releases. We get 5 a month. And one is a kind of more powerhouse one, and the other 4 are the lower key, the distribution. But we've put out about 6 or 7 press releases already, and we've had quite a lot of fun with them and had quite a lot of responses. We actually met with them for this call, and they are tracking the metrics of that, which is going to be very useful for us to see how we can go with that. Then the Mason very kindly updated the merchandise on TeePublic with the new logo. So we'll continue to post that, and anybody who needs to order any Crypto Mondays merchandise, you can order directly from there and get it shipped to you. And then on the Luma, that's been mentioned before, but we're just trying to standardize it a little bit. The most important thing actually is that you start with a calendar, not with an event. And I made that mistake with my Crypto Mondays, is I just was pumping out events, but we need a constant link. So if you can just make sure that we've got the Luma calendar link, not the event link, and then that will be featured. Alan is featuring it through the website, I mean, through the spreadsheet onto the website under your chapter. So people can click through and sign and subscribe and sign up to that. And then just remember to add it to Julie's, submit it to Julie's Crypto Mondays official Luma. And then if you can add Luma at cryptomondays.io, Alan has created this for us so that we can share the databases across different chapters. Like I think Lou you might explain it a bit better than me, but there was an event where you said, well, you'll bring the list across with you. If you're there, Lou, can you just explain what that was? Okay, well, we'll come back to
Sure.
that.
No. I'm sorry. Just had to get off of mute. Well, when you create an event, if people RSVP to the event, then you have an account, and those people, are on your list, for your account forever, identified from that meetup. And so then when you have future meetups, you can go in and you can invite everybody who's ever been to any meetup you've ever did. In New York, we verticalize them. So, when we do Crypto Mondays Bitcoin, we just invite the people who have come to Crypto Mondays Bitcoin previously. We do market, to everybody else, but not via Luma, because we want people to continue to click it and not give them stuff that that they haven't said that they want.
Thank you, Lou. So if you can make Luma at cryptomondays.io an admin on your Luma, that would help us a lot. And then the featured guest program, we're planning on restarting that. We're going to do it on Wednesdays only for now. And if anybody has suggestions on speakers, please send them through to Lilia or myself or Lou or Alan, and we'll book them up on Wednesdays going into the future. And Lou, Alan, and I will share that responsibility of hosting those. And we also encourage any of the chapter champions to actually host one of those if they'd like to. If they'd like to bring interesting guest and host it themselves, that would also be awesome for us. And then somebody's mentioned a couple of surveys are coming out, so it would be really awesome if you could help us with that, to help us to help you better. I know the Learn is going to do a survey, and I know Alan on the streaming, he's got a survey coming out there. And I just want to say a very big thank you to Lilia and Crystal for supporting us on our mission. Lilia's quietly in the background, just signing up members and introducing them and supporting us with whatever we do. And so I just wanted to make a little shout out to them for helping us to the extent that they do quietly and unrewarded. And so there, I'd like to stop. That's the rest of everything, unless Eliza's back. And then I'd like to go around the room, and I wonder if anybody's in the room. I saw Dave's here, see Jonathan. It would be awesome if you could just share your latest excitement that's associated with your chapters. I see, Jonathan, you've been holding them super regularly. I think you're going for a record there. Dave, your correspondence and your meetups are always super exciting, and I know supercharged with wine, which is a little bit of a benefit that you have over all of us. And David, I see you and your New York chapter, you doing well. So let's just start. Should we start with David? Are you able to talk where you are at the moment?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Go for it.
Great. Yeah, no, New York's been great. As you know, we got the 4 chapter leads here, Lou being 2 of them now, and then Joe Cox doing some great work with the Wall Street chapter. For those that don't know, I do the 4th, and if there's a 5th Monday, I'll do that too. And sometimes around conferences we'll host multiple. So this week it was at PubKey yesterday, but and led by Joe Cox. But this week's going to be a special one because SmartCon and the Ripple event guys in town. So we're partnering with SmartCon, and we've been representing ourselves a lot at the SmartCon events. This Wednesday, there's going to be a special event hosted by some sponsors. They didn't want to step on any toes for Monday and Tuesday. So we're supporting a bunch of sponsors in New York City. If anybody's in New York, I have about 500 people registered already we rented out a rooftop at it's called Mr. Purple at the Indigo Hotel. So if you're ever in town, 5 to 9 o'clock, food, drinks. I've been curating the menu, and yeah, we'll have exciting turnout there. We'll have the Crypto Mondays logo in a large step and repeat banner that people will be taking pictures on, and the Crypto Mondays banner is always on the screens or on the walls at my events. I usually put together a POAP as well. Lou knows, he's been to many of them as as attendee and speaker there.
Yeah, those are going to be valuable someday. Mark my.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? We'll collect a bunch of these like POAPs with the Crypto Mondays logo, and in the future, we might want to do something special for the attendees. Luma, who knows how long Luma is going to be around? And we have to kind of manually go back and look at the list of who attended. But if you have a POAP there, it's on chain, and you could, have a token of that stuff.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been able to partner with some real estate developers in getting special venues. So we had a special Crypto Mondays with Miranda outside of the Monday at the W Hotel. Another venue I procured is at Trump Towers coming up. Unfortunately, I can't get these on a Monday for some reason. But so real estate developers promised me a Monday to do the Crypto Mondays events. So that's my updates over here. So I encourage everybody to think outside of the box and who to partner with, who to get sponsors with, and be creative with that. Okay.
Love it. Jonathan, you available to talk? Who would like to go next? David Garrett? Caitlin?
I can go.
Great, David.
Thanks for giving me a minute. And maybe Jana would want to jump in as well. So first of all, like Barcelona's cranking. The the Crypto Mondays is really great. We had Sadie Rainey from Eve Wealth come and do a chat last week, and I think we had 120 people. It was really good, and we've got great people next week or next month, and in January. The
awesome.
community's really great. Yeah, and Sadie was like fantastic. We just got tons of really great reviews, and it was good. And we continue to do like one solid event a month. We're getting 80 to 100 people each time. It's really fun. So really enjoying it. And the location that we're in is great. But I wanted to just mention one thing real quick.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks, Lou. This is more of a Devon thing, but I just wanted to. I'm not sure if this is appropriate or makes sense, but we just launched a thing with Raul Paul and Real Vision called Bubbles for Bubbles, which is basically the idea is it's the champagne bottle that you open when Bitcoin hits 250K. It's a limited edition. There's only 3,000 bottles, and we've been doing this very like slow rollout with like little groups. Like we did one with Animoca, and we did one with Real Vision. And Jana today said, why aren't we doing one on Monday with Crypto Mondays? So I'll let her give the pitch, but like if you want, and I don't know if it makes sense, but if you want, we can like provide a special passcode for Crypto Mondays people. And we can do it. We actually have a window this coming Monday. So if you're interested, we can do that. But Jenna can give the rest of the pitch.
Yeah. So really quick, thanks, Dave. There are 3,000 bottles of the first ever smart champagne, and it is basically like the proof of conviction. So because we partnered with Raul and Real Vision and also Animoca, of course, but this is really like Raul's macro thesis in a bottle. So it's a lot of fun. We are in the Real Vision exclusive window right now. So Animoca went first, and then Real Vision is right now. And we would be ending the Real Vision sale on Sunday night. So since Monday is technically, right now we're planning for Monday to be the public sale, we thought it'd be actually pretty cool to just give the Crypto Mondays community that whole Monday. And we'd give you a private code, and anyone who wants to grab one of those 3,000 bottles, if there are any left, then that would just be exclusive to the community. So we thought it's fun. I know a lot of you guys on the call. I've done lots of events with Lou and kind of know the community. Feels like a good vibe, good synergy. So up to you guys if you think it's interesting. We would just create a code for you.
Is there a cost, and if so, how much?
Thank you,
Pardon me?
Jana. That's great.
Is there a cost?
How much is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $150 a bottle, and there are 3,000 of them. And there's also some cool things. So on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we're going to do a live stream with Raul and talk about it to kind of pump up the Real Vision sale. But we also had Raul already talked about it with like Rect Mondo and those guys, and so it's getting the hype is kind of building up on social right now. It's kind of fun. But yeah, $150 a bottle. And one of the big prizes that we're going to announce is when Bitcoin hits 250, there's going to be a few things that are happening. So we're going to be giving away 50 memberships to Club Divin, which is a cool perk. And then there's going to be a $50,000 wine portfolio that we're going to announce next week live. And one of the first people to pop their bottle when Bitcoin hits 250, which happens, it's an on-chain action, they will all be entered to win a $50,000 fine wine portfolio on-chain, which is kind of cool. So it's fun. It's a fun thing.
The bottles are also obviously the bottles are tokenized.
Yeah.
And it's free global shipping. So that's why it's kind of cool, because it's like we're gonna actually go to Bordeaux. We're gonna pack everything up and we're gonna ship it all on December 8th. So everyone will get their bottle in time for the holidays. Not that Bitcoin's gonna hit 250K by the end of the year, but like
LFG.
Who knows?
So it's an actual bottle as well as the NFT.
Yeah, and it's also connected. It's also
you get
connected
the physical
to AI.
bottle at your house.
That gets shipped right away, and then when it hits 250, that's when the special price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
got
so
it.
it's a physical bottle with digital proof of ownership. So it's got basically like a body, mind, and a soul is kind of how we're talking about it. It's the first ever smart champagne. So the body of the wine is a physical asset, right? It's a physical bottle of rare grower champagne, limited edition, and then it's got the digital proof, which is the ownership, the NFT, and then it's also connected to an AI sommelier. So the bottle actually, you tap it on the label and it introduces itself to you, and you can like talk to it and ask it all about itself and where it's been, its journey. It'll tell you all about Raoul's macro thesis, and it's really cool.
You guys always know
Thank
I
you.
support you guys at defense. So put me down for a bottle because I'm popping. Let's go.
Yes,
Rock and
ma'am.
roll.
Thank you, Barcelona. That was a cool update. You guys know how to have fun, eh?
Always.
All right. So who else is in the room who'd like to give us an update on their chapter? Caitlin, London. What's
I can
happening
go.
in London? Sorry, was it Rich? Rich, go for it, Rich.
Yeah, I can go. Rich Chungong here with Crypto Mondays, Kansas City. We actually have our next Crypto Mondays. We're actually partnering up with Veterans Community Project, which is actually based here in Kansas City. They have a project called Chow Hill Farms. They teach veterans how to better grow sustainable agriculture. One of the things that I'm in is with Produce Matrix, we created a digital farmers market, and we see, you know, the correlation between Bitcoin, agriculture, and energy, and all those things. So they're a veterans nonprofit here. They actually got defunded with the whole USDA kind of freeze and all that other stuff. So they actually do accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency via the giving block. So we're going to talk about, you know, how cryptocurrency can help, you know, especially nonprofits in this kind of financial uncertain times and things like that. Led by the university professor that kind of leads that initiative. So that's for our next Crypto Mondays. I've talked with Lou and Robin as well about kind of the things that we're doing. My business, we do kind of a creative agency. We touch on a lot of things, video games. We actually have a soccer game that we're putting together that will have Crypto Mondays Kansas City in there. So again, I think that, you know, we'll have different products. So maybe that champagne bottle will be a cool, you know, power up product in our video game. Would definitely love to connect with you guys in Barcelona about, you know, how we can incorporate that. Because again, I think that it's, you know, bringing in a lot of these different pieces. We have the World Cup coming up, and I'll reach out to you guys as well. We have the World Cup coming up here in Kansas City with us being a host city. I know that somebody mentioned that there are Crypto Mondays Atlanta as well too. So just wanted to again, with us being kind of in the video game space, we're doing stuff with an energy drink company. Got to get connected with you guys again, Rob and Lou, to get a good time to sit down. We're looking into doing specially branded energy drinks. Specifically under the different chapters. It's NFT Energy. They've done a couple Web3 projects. They're actually based out of Atlanta as well too. So having those special branded Crypto Mondays chapters and things like that would be something that we'd definitely love to talk about. Like I said, we'll be talking with Lou on how we can do it for a global side of things and have those special branded energy drinks and things like that for the different chapters. I think that, you know, one of the things that I love the Jenna, I believe you made the mention of, you know, body, mind, and soul. That's a great kind of correlation of, you know, I didn't even think about it. So again, that's those things that you hear people saying is like, man, like this is good and pretty profound in Web3 and things like that. So I think looking into, you know, how we can bring those products and then it brings those newbies and people that don't have coins and things like that into the space. So yeah, we're just doing a bunch of fun things. So definitely love to connect with anybody. We can, you know, I can send you over some game development stuff for the video game. We're putting iShow Speed in the streaming space, you know, in there, putting some influencers and things like that. So yeah, I'll stop rambling because I know that, you know, want to be respectful of everybody's time, but doing a lot of fun stuff. So definitely reach out if you guys are interested in getting connected.
Thank you, Rich. That's crazy stuff. Fantastic.
I'm happy to go
Awesome.
next. Off of the back of Rich. So yeah, Greg Hoffman here in Atlanta. So Rich, I'd definitely be interested in connecting on any kind of FIFA World Cup concept. And I think there are some cryptocurrencies that are geared towards soccer, football, sports. Maybe they're going to be coming through, or there's sponsorship opportunities and they can go city to city. That could be an interesting thing. at Atlanta last week, we did a tour of CleanSpark's Norcross facility, which is, it seems to be the facility that they have most set up to have people come through, but they did a fantastic job. They had a nicely set up room. They had a little video. They have a couple of different modules that they can.
Why don't you tell everybody what CleanSpark does?
Oh, CleanSpark is one of the top 10 Bitcoin mining companies in the world. They have many locations throughout the United States. I think they have something like 10 or 11,000 Bitcoin in their treasury. So if there's a CleanSpark facility in your region, it could be an interesting thing to contact them, or any of the miners, or any of these crypto companies that are public facing or forward facing. It could be interesting if there's one in your chapters, our radius. I'd encourage that, because and we had this event was a collaboration between CryptoMondays, which led it, as well as the Chartered Alternative Investment Analysts Association, the Southeastern Alternative Fund Association, and the Atlanta Women's Investment Association. So I think Sachin was talking earlier about universities and these sorts of things. Like, I have done a fair amount of collaborations with Georgia Tech or Emory University or University of Georgia, where it can be 1, 2, or 3 groups plus the university, and many of these universities will have teachers that are focused on crypto or innovation. You can team up with them. That's probably more of a one-off than repetitive, but it's a way to kind of test things out, get more people in the room if need be. The next event I want to do, and it had been a year since we had done a Crypto Mondays Atlanta program, so it was kind of getting everything going again. The next event I want to do is, I have a friend in town who runs a node for Ripple or XRP, and I'm interested in doing some kind of event around what it's like to host a crypto node. So if anyone has done anything like that or has any ideas, I'd be interested to hear. And then I was at the TAB conference 2 weeks ago, and they had a solo Satoshi miner where you have anywhere from 1 to 4 ASIC chips. And I bought one of them. I've given it to my 7. It's really for me, but this one's like neon and glows in the dark. And we've connected it to his BitKey hardware wallet, and we're mining Bitcoin. So I'm interested in doing some kind of event around Bitcoin and kids. If anyone's done anything along those lines, I think that could be interesting. And then this solo Satoshi home mining concept was interesting. And I had one more idea. I'm blanking on it, but yeah. Is there anything going on for Art Basel that we know of?
There will definitely be stuff. There was actually a big one in Miami last night, and yeah, that's Julie. Spends a lot of time in Miami this time of year, including Art Basel.
Julie made her apologies today. She was otherwise occupied. So yeah. I think we're heading up to the hour now. So Caitlin, thank you. If we could have a couple of words from London, and then Lou, if you could sign it off for us, that would be magnificent. It's been a very, very festive conversation. Thanks. It's just such incredible uniqueness of everybody. Everybody just brings such a different kind of flavor to it. So thank you. Over to Caitlin for a couple of minutes, and then Lou, if you can just say thanks and goodbye.
Hi guys, thanks Robin. Hi everyone. It's really great I've never really joined these calls before, so it's really cool to hear from everybody. So things in London are going well. We just came off the back of a couple weeks ago. We had several events here in London. We had Zebu Live, we had London Blockchain Conference, all of which fell under the London Web3 week. And the week before we had Digital Asset Summit. I actually saw David's at London Blockchain Conference, so it was great to see you, David. But Crypto Mondays London partnered with all of these conferences. And so we, as a community partner, we got access to exhibit, a booth, and to speak on panels and things like that. And the uptick in our followers and engagement has been pretty massive. So just this past week, I've had calls with like Cardano, Sui, BitGet. Just people are interested. They're interested globally as well. So I know I put in the group, I'm really keen to be introduced to people in Poland. Whoever's running Poland, like Warsaw, I've had a ton of interest about that region. Other than that, we're getting ready to host Lou at our event for November. We're talking about how to sort of build and retain business in the UK. Obviously, it's very London centric, but Lou is going to be there. Excited to host Lou because we haven't seen Lou in London in years now, Lou. So
2
Lou will be
years.
is it 2 years? Okay. So Lou,
Yeah.
not that. So Lou will be moderating our panel. We've got like an incredible lineup of speakers. I don't know quite how we've managed it, but we've got like Stand with Crypto in the UK, Coinbase. We've got a former MP from Parliament. So it's pretty stacked. So it should be a great event. And then of course heading into like Christmas in December. So yeah, things in London are great. If anybody is interested in connecting or wants to have a chat, I'm always around, happy to support. So that's my TLDR. Thanks, Robin.
Thank you, Caitlin. That's awesome. Sorry, somebody said they just wanted a 30-second in here. Was it? Paul, was it?
Yes.
Charleston?
So just a quick update. We actually had our first event in a little bit over 6 months in Charleston. For those that haven't been, Charleston is not a big city. I think we have 1 million people in the Tri-County area. Not very well known for a lot of crypto related initiatives, but we are there are a lot of projects that are happening statewide, and there's also representatives that are working on initiatives on the national and federal level. So on October 20th, we actually had a gentleman who's running for state comptroller, shared with us his vision around modernizing state finances to trim out some of the waste. Certainly, blockchain can play a role in that. And what we're hoping to have happen sometime here in November, now this is all going to be pending on the government opening back up. Congresswoman Nancy Mace is not only running for governor of the state of South Carolina, but she has co-sponsored the Veteran Affairs Distributed Ledger Innovation Act. And I've already run it by her office. If we do get past this shutdown, it is possible that she could be our guest for November. So that's all I got.
Wow.
Cool.
You know,
Thanks,
the
Paul.
Washington
That's
DC chapter is quite strong. And so, and they're very tied in with the government. So if you want some help, I can make a connection there.
Right, let's wrap it up because I'm sure people have got appointments to go to.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
I know Dave, Garrett, you're coming to New York. I'm sorry I won't be here, but you should connect with David Fung. David, you should give him a shout out if David Garrett makes it there. Thanks everybody. Thanks Robin for another great monthly meeting.
Will do.
See everyone soon.
Fantastic. Well done, everyone.
Quick minute, Robin.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just wondering, like, since we're like 58 active chapters, take half of it, even if we're 25. Why are we not active on Twitter Spaces? Why are we not leveraging that?
You want to run the?
Yeah. Do you want to run it?
That's an awesome idea. Let's run the program. Yes, we should be. We did. We have.
Yeah.
And
we
and
had
it
one,
went.
and then
Yeah.
it's just really capacity, just manpower, woman power, So if somebody's prepared to run
Well,
it,
also, who was running it? Who was running that? Was
It
Max
was,
running that? I forget.
I'm happy to
it was
co-host.
Kyle. Kyle was running it for us. So we did have
Oh,
a
that's
good-
right. Yeah, Kyle was running it. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Kyle checked
He
out.
got too busy. Yeah.
Hey, he checked out of all of crypto. It wasn't just ours.
Cool.
All right, cool. I'll reach out to a few of the founders and I'll see like if we can.
That'd be great.
overlap zones. Okay.
Yeah.
If we really use the network, we should be able to drive a lot of traffic.
Lot of
And we
traffic.
could do it in
I'll
time
be
zones
with
all
you
over the
on it. We'll
world, right? We
support you.
don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really great opportunity, right? To to not always do it in a Eastern, standard time centric way.
No,
You can
it's
start
actually
late
better
for
if
you.
we
You
don't.
get up early,
Yeah.
Because
Great
people
idea,
in
Frank.
spaces,
Have a
people are
fantastic
spaces
rest of
on
the
off
day.
hours here. Not
Well
during.
done.
All right,
Ciao.
cheers, guys.
Okay.